According to research findings, 1 in 4 adolescent girls aged 15 to 19 in Uganda has either had a child or is pregnant with her first baby. The rate has remained stubbornly high for several years, with notable regional variations, and accounts for 18% of all annual births in the country, despite ongoing government efforts and interventions to address the challenge. The situation is largely attributed to poverty, school dropouts, harmful cultural norms, lack of parental guidance, and ignorance.
Communities are not fully aware about the issues of child protection, issues of child marriage. You find young girls, young children moving out at night. Parents send their young children to go and buy alcohol. Yet indirectly, it leads to the issue of child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
They encourage their children to marry at an early stage, such that they get resources, such that they get the grandpa zukuru, when they are still early. So you may find someone between 10 to 18 years being influenced by a parent to get married.
In addition, parental and societal negligence has been cited as one of the key factors driving young girls into early marriages.
It's an issue of parental negligence, the issue of culture, where when young girls start their periods in Bundubujo, they are known as the community perceives them as if they are ready for marriage.
The Rwenzori sub-region is among the areas recording alarming cases of early and teenage pregnancies. According to local authorities, many families prioritize marrying off their children at a young age, often linking the practice to perceived economic benefits.
If I have around 3 girls, that is money. So I influence them to get married or to get some money from some people around. You may feel like there is a family here that we dealt with, whereby they had around 5 girls, but a parent could just ask them that today it is your day for giving us what to eat. What does that mean?
In this regard, civil society organizations and other stakeholders are advocating for long-term solutions, with education, child protection, and economic empowerment systems identified as critical to ending child marriage in the country.
They are headed mothers, because those people who impregnated them, they are nowhere to be seen. They run away from them, and these people normally goes back to their homes, and when they reach homes, it becomes very difficult for the parents to look after their children and at the same time their grandchildren.
We encouraged these families, these households, to embrace government programs like PDM and other available programs so that they can sustain their income.
Additionally, stakeholders are calling for stronger policy measures on marriage and sexual offenses to effectively tackle the problem.
We are advocating for the marriage bill. It is this specific law that tackles the issue of child marriage, where a person who is found guilty of sending their child or even their relative, even their neighbor, sending a young girl into marriage, that person will be convicted to 10 years imprisonment.
However, the Commissioner for Youth and Children's Affairs at the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development has called for a more responsive and inclusive approach that brings everyone on board to protect young girls.
It takes a village to bring up a child. That's the old African adage. Can we have everybody being responsible for the children around the environment, around the ecosystem he or she lives, other than having big men sleeping with small girls around the village? Can you treat the small girl you see around the village as your child?
He further urges the government and stakeholders to strengthen a multi-sectoral approach involving political, cultural, and religious leaders in the fight against child marriage.
With the cultural leaders, with the religious leaders, but also with the counselor, all parts, but also working with Ministry of Education. We think it's time we made it a serious crime for you not to have a child of school-going age going to school.
He also strongly emphasized the need for parents to prioritize education as a critical measure to curb the practice of child marriage.
The best family planning pill is being at school. The possibility of children getting pregnant or getting married off when at school are small compared to when children are not going to school.